It was a Friday evening, and I had just gotten home from work, tired, but relieved to finally unwind. My wife, Julia, looked more dressed up than usual. She wore high heels, a short black dress, and had taken extra care with her makeup. Raising an eyebrow, I asked, "Going somewhere?" She hesitated for a moment, then offered a casual smile. "Oh, I'm just heading out for the night. My friend needs me." Her voice was calm, but her eyes flicked to the side. Something didn't sit right. A gut feeling stirred inside me. I'd noticed the changes, more frequent girls' nights, her phone never leaving her hand, and a new perfume lingering on her clothes. One I didn't recognize. But tonight, I wasn't going to let it slide. I leaned back in my chair, studying her carefully. She tried to act normal, but her body gave her away, shifting her weight, tapping her foot, avoiding eye contact. I knew that look. I'd seen it before, when she lied about small things, like hiding shopping bills. But this wasn't about shoes or handbags. This was different. This was bigger. I took a slow, deep breath. "Before you go," I said calmly, "there's something I need to show you." Her smile froze. I saw the color drain from her face. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice suddenly unsure. I pulled out my phone, already open to a set of photos I'd been holding onto for a week. Last Saturday, Julia said she was helping a friend move. She didn't come home until 3 a.m. But that night, my cousin had coincidentally been at a downtown restaurant and saw Julia there. Not moving boxes, but having dinner with a man. A man she laughed with, touched on the arm, leaned toward with familiarity. Far more than friendly. My cousin took pictures, sent them to me, and told me to wait. Wait until I was ready. Tonight I was. I handed Julia the phone. She scrolled, her hands trembling as each image revealed the truth. Her in that familiar floral dress, sitting across from a man I didn't know, leaning in for a kiss. She froze, lips parting, but no words came out. "So," I said quietly, "where are you really going tonight? Another moving job? Or maybe dinner with him again?" Silence filled the room. Her breathing quickened. She clutched her purse tightly, like a child caught sneaking out of school. Then she tried to recover. A shaky laugh. "It's not what it looks like," she stammered. But I cut her off. "Don't," I said firmly. "Don't insult my intelligence. You've lied enough." This time, she had no story ready. The confidence she wore so easily just minutes ago had vanished. She looked like a thief caught red-handed. She opened her mouth again, but I stopped her with a glance. "Tonight, you're not going anywhere." Her eyes widened. Not with fear of harm. I had never and would never raise a hand to her, but with the realization that the game was over. I reached into a drawer and pulled out a folder, placing it gently on the table. Inside were bank statements, copies of messages I had quietly recovered from her phone, and a draft of a separation agreement I had prepared with my lawyer earlier that week. Julia gasped when she saw the papers. You already knew," she whispered. I nodded slowly. "I knew enough. I just wanted to see if you'd admit it yourself." The truth hit her harder than any confrontation could. She sank onto the couch, her purse slipping from her hand. Tears welled up in her eyes as she tried to reach for me. "Please, it was a mistake." "I swear it meant nothing," she said, her voice cracking. But I'd already heard enough lies. Leaning forward, I spoke coldly but steadily. "Maybe you meant nothing to him, but you meant everything to me. And you threw that away for what? A thrill?" She sobbed, covering her face, but I didn't soften. The damage was done. There was no coming back. I stood up and walked to the door. The same door she had been so eager to leave through moments ago, and opened it wide. "You wanted to leave tonight?" I said. "Go ahead. But you're not coming back here." She looked at me in shock, as if she expected anger, but not finality. I pointed to the folder. "Those papers will be filed Monday. Every cent I've earned is protected. You won't touch my savings, my home, or my future. The only thing you'll leave with is regret." Her sobs grew louder, but I didn't flinch. As she slowly gathered her things, I felt something unexpected. Not rage, not sorrow,
Just peace.
The fear of betrayal that had haunted me for weeks was gone. In its place was clarity. Julia had made her choice long before tonight. I was just handing her the consequences. She walked past me, eyes red, lips trembling. And for the first time, she had no words left to manipulate me with. The door closed behind her with a final, heavy sound. That was the end of us. But it was the beginning of something else, something new. That night, alone in the quiet house, I didn't feel broken. I felt free. Julia thought she could live two lives. But in the end, the lies caught up to her. My words at the door stopped her cold, stripped her of her excuses, and left her facing the truth she had buried under deceit. Because betrayal isn't always about the act itself. It's about the choice someone makes when they think you won't find out. But I did. And instead of begging or forgiving, I let her go. And for the first time in years, I was ready to live my life without her.